Yo, what is good, my quick crypto family and my coin factory family? Back once more with another daily live stream, and we have a huge announcement and confirmation from none other than Tangem themselves, the cold storage hardware wallet. And they've finally confirmed that after the long-awaited KRC-20, we expect it to come in November, it's now going to be coming sooner than we think. Hopefully it should be coming in 2 weeks time. We'll get into the official announcement in just a moment, but all in all, we got some good updates regarding Tangem, of course, now supporting KRC-20 very soon. Updates regarding KRC-20 as a whole, with the likes of Gold and also Bert in particular, and more real world developments. And as always, if you join the streams, either like, share, and subscribe for more. Potentially there's a short squeeze incoming for Kaspa. If Bitcoin does make a push again to 100k, I think Kaspa can start rallying upwards in value very shortly. Right now we can see Kaspa is down 3.37% on the daily time frame, valued at 14.44 cents. And despite it has now wicked below the support level, which I've drawn at the past few days, Kaspa held this support level the last 3 or 4 or even 5 days here, has come below that a little bit. But right now it is currently in the same region as the bottom part here at 14.4 cents. And should it again could go lower for me. For me, the worst case, or at least where I guess I'm holding Kaspa long term, so I'm not particularly, maybe worry is not the right word, but I guess worry will start rising a lot more should Kaspa end up correcting below this region. For me, I don't see Kaspa correcting below this support here, lowest being 12.6 cents. I think that's where the bottom for Kaspa will be more or less, before we see the reversal, the short squeeze and the price moving upwards for Kaspa. But again, we'll get into that more in a little bit. There are multiple catalysts, of course, that could cause Kaspa price to go up regarding listings, regarding developments, and so on and so forth. And maybe Tangem will help with that as well. Eddie, what's up, quick? Hope you're doing good. I'm great, my man. Thank you very much for asking, and welcome back to the stream. So, first things first, I want to get into the first point, which Cody let me know, and it's quite convenient because as I was preparing to do this live stream, I'd already preloaded these addresses here. I preloaded it about 5 minutes before the stream went live, and it said 518,000. I'm not joking. I can't prove it to you because I take a screenshot, but it had 518,000, and as I refreshed it, because Cody put it in my Discord server, shout out to him, my man, it's jumped by 10,000 addresses. Like 10,000 were just added very quickly, which is, you know, quite insane, truth be told. Cody's guess, which I tend to agree with, it may be something like a large a DEX has, you know, just added a lot of wallets, you know, but maybe KRC-20's got heavily more involved, more wallets KRC-20. But again, either way, we have seen the adoption, therefore, of Kaspa jump very quickly. 500 almost 530,000 addresses, which I think is near its all-time high. I think 530 is its all-time high. Ultimately, once more that Kaspa, despite its lackluster price action, it is not a dead project. That's ultimately trying to try and get around here. It's not a dead project. The hash rate still is remaining quite high, currently at 1.33 EH. As of recent, it has managed to peak at numbers of, well, recently it peaked at 1.39, almost 1.4. So again, the hash rate is still stable, still staying quite high. Proof that Kaspa is still, you know, it's still relevant. I know it's not really what you want to hear, but Kaspa's price actually may be lackluster right now, but for me, it's all in due time, right? It's in due time, Kaspa's price will start going through a rally, I want to say, in the next week or two. I have that feeling, but again, time will tell. I think it depends on where Bitcoin goes from here. Right now, if you look at Bitcoin has, you know, gone through a correction from 98k down to 92 or even 93k right now. That was a result of $1.8 billion wiped off crypto market as the value of Bitcoin slides to $92,000. It did come down to 92k. Right now it's managed to go up a little bit and it's kind of stable around 93. For me, I put it in my server again earlier that I think the next level that we're looking for, that Bitcoin should not reach, hopefully, is around here of 91k, which again, it did seem to rebound off that and come back up to an extent. If we break 91k, next zone I see is going to probably be around 87k. If we break that, then we'll probably see quite an aggressive correction in the crypto market, following Bitcoin coming down. Next level probably being around 85, if not down to 80k, because we don't really know where the zones are between here, because we didn't see any stoppage there. So again, for me right now, I hope and I do believe that Bitcoin will stay above 87k at the very least. If not, I suspect it'll be 91k or stay above, leading to some consolidation phase, to then eventually a short squeeze and a push upwards towards 100k. Once again, we've seen Bitcoin already try to hit 100k once, peaking at $99,800. The next time we retest it, I think we'll hopefully be breaking above it. If we don't break above it next time we retest it, that'll be a double top, probably then following with a more aggressive correction much further down. But again, we'll have to see where that goes from here. We have got a lot of updates though regarding, Bitcoin as a whole right now. Obviously, this slide I just showed earlier, but even then we got here, which for me is quite bullish. Binance's founder CZ, of course, his founder, he's not the CEO anymore, but the founder CZ has called meme coins a little weird, urging focus on real blockchain applications. So in that sense, don't get me wrong, meme coins are, and as he said it here, he's not against memes. I'm not against memes either. I said it before though, meme coins are a weird concept, right? Because you're literally trading and investing on community in the sense of that's it. That's all it is. You're not trading based on a good project like Kaspa, amazing utility, amazing fundamentals, right? You're not trading on that. You're literally trading on what the community believes. So it's hyper speculation, which again is a bit difficult. But maybe CZ has quite a lot of influence, I like to believe. So maybe his call for this might dissuade memes from taking off as much as they could do, at least in the immediate short term, and maybe go back to real world applications, stuff like that, and utility tokens. But again, time will tell. In continuation though, pump.fun. Speaking of memes, again, pump.fun. I mentioned this yesterday in my stream. I mentioned about how there was a petition on Polymarket. So again, basically a better website that stated that there's a petition to remove or ban pump.fun before the end of the year because it was getting ridiculous. Again, I'm not going to go too much into it because if I was to tell you what was said and what we saw on pump.fun, I would get banned. It is disgusting. If you want to look up for it, look it up for yourself on your own time. It's not worth it. Trust me, it's egregious. But as a result of it, it looks like pump.fun had now removed its live streaming feature, which honestly, they needed to do that. They needed to. There are some very, very sick individuals on the internet who are doing some egregious things on pump.fun and for the streaming services, and it's now seemingly being removed, which I think is for the better. Hopefully that'll bring some more adoption back to the actual utility, actually good projects. Because right now, the meme token society for Solana basically just became a case of if whoever the most sickening developer got their project to pump, basically. So hopefully that'll be a good thing for memes again. But either way, the consequence that happens, right? And as Pygor says here, remember when I said pump fund, they'll just simply turn off the streams? Yeah, you were right. You were right, and they have done. Right? I mean, I said that I'm not too sure because right now they're making a hell of a lot of money through that. But again, if you've got to weigh up how much money you're going to make and, getting a lawsuit and getting banned and arrested and shut down, then, it's quite an easy way up, I guess. But yes, you were right, Pygors. They have removed it. So that is, good to hear for that side of things. I hope we see memes come back to a more, less degenerate stage, if you will. Good afternoon, J Honey. Welcome to stream, my man. MVE, let's go, Caspians. Let's go, my man. Yeah, blood in the water. Honestly, it's good. It's good. I do enjoy it. Coming back down. Hopefully, we'll see a nice price entry level again. I mean, right now, again, for me, anything below 20 cents, anything under $1 for me is premium cheap Kaspa. Again, currently 63.2% undervalued right now. If Kaspa comes down lower, people complain more, and I'll buy the dips. I'm ultimately still very, very bullish on Kaspa. And this is also another big post here from Smoke here, which states and confirms that institutions are the next wave of crypto. This is why, when I mentioned a few streams back now about the potential top for crypto and Bitcoin, which seems to be leading towards the first quarter of 2025. So March, April, May time. Where that does seem like a possibility, we've got to remember that institutions are here for the first time ever. We're in a new cycle, and they're the ones that are driving this market. The days of retail-driven price action is almost over. The price action for Bitcoin going from, 30k, give or take? I showed this again in my stream yesterday. I think it went from 30k in January when the ETF went live. So around here, January 20th, when ETF went live around 40k, is now at 93k. That is pretty much all based off institutional adoption. Of course, retail has taken part of that, but they're not the drivers of the market anymore. It's not the last cycle. So if the institutions wanted to go higher, it will go higher. If they wanted to come down, it will come down. So we're seeing institutions get more and more involved, and of course, ETFs are a driver of that. So Kaspa, with Grayscale considering a Kaspa ETF, and also Zodiac Custody, who is in partnership with 21 Shares, who have launched ETFs as well. Potentially we see ETFs and ETPs coming for Kaspa in the cycle. I'm quite optimistic about that for what Kaspa is, being similar to Bitcoin. I see it's very, very possible. And, institutions, also about, Ripple, XRP being another key industry and crypto that, institutions are very, very bullish about. But either way, institutions are taking over right now, Bitcoin and crypto as a whole. And that for me is a sign that where there may be a top in Q1 2025, there's also a huge possibility that it'll be leading to a double top. We see a top, it'll come down a little bit into start selling to dissuade retailers, and then start pumping it like mad again because they know they can make more money off it. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse stated that the crypto market cap, total market cap by the end of this year will reach 5 trillion. Now that seems quite excessive right now. Yeah, we only got a month left, 3.17 trillion right now, but again, we've seen how quickly the space can drive and jump in price. Bitcoin had to jump to 150k very, very quickly for that to happen, and I'm not saying it will, but I'm not saying it's out of the possibility either. So either way, we'll have to wait and see. But institutions are definitely going to send crypto much, much higher, which is also why I remain bullish on crypto and Kaspa as a whole, because I believe where we're going to go in this market is going to be extremely bullish. And we've got more announcements. Again, look, Rumble announces their Bitcoin treasury strategy. More adoption for Bitcoin and crypto. The United Kingdom is going to publish a finalized set of rules for regulating crypto in the crypto industry in 2026. End of the bull cycle. Once more, very bullish news to see. And that's similar to having in America as well. And then also Morocco is going to officially legalize cryptocurrencies again following the ban they did in 2017. So almost 8 years later. 7 years later, after banning crypto, they're now going to legalize it again because they don't want to miss out. This again is a testament, a sign to where crypto is going to go and how much higher we're going to see crypto go in this market and markets to follow. Once more, I do believe that in the few cycles to come, not this cycle of course, maybe the next cycle or maybe the one after that by 2032, if you will, or even farther on from that, I think we'll see Bitcoin surpass $1 million. That sounds excessive, but when you think about the institutional money in this space or in the world that will be flooding into the space with, BlackRock getting more involved, JP Morgan getting more involved, Bank of America, Santander Bank, all these massive corporate institutions that have trillions of assets under management that'll be flooding into crypto, Bitcoin reaching 1 mil is not out of the possibility. It's really not. And then think about how much money that will flood into other assets like SUI, like C, like Tau, like Ethereum, like XRP, and even like Kaspa. With Kaspa at that point having smart contracts, having 10 BPS, having potentially Dagonite by that point as well, having, a lot of adoption, having all tier 1 exchanges, having ETFs, having KII, getting them really involved in the energy sector, the cross-border payment sector, the real estate, the commodities market, and so on and so forth. Kaspa will be an extremely valuable asset for what it is trying to build. Good evening, Jay. I hope the markets stay like this until payday. You know what I mean? Honestly, would love it. I mean, payday's not far off now. I get one of the jobs that I do. I get payment on the 1st of December, so I'm looking forward to that. I'll hopefully be putting a little bit of Kaspa in by then if it stays this low. Hopefully, either way, I did state that I think Kaspa would make a new all-time high in November. Seemingly, my prediction is not gonna. Well, again, things can change very quickly. We have got another 4 or 5 days left. We could potentially see a surge in Kaspa of 40% in that time frame, but I'm more leaning on the side that I was maybe mistaken, which again, I'll admit to my mistake. I predicted bullish price action for Kaspa, and what's been bullish, I maybe overestimated a little bit. Right now, since the Kraken listing, since November, we are up about 27%. Since the Kraken listing announcement, we are currently up from here 13%, and I would like to believe that it will stay above that region. It won't go below the Kraken listing announcement. I want to believe by the end of this month that we'll at least end above the October downtrend, the bearish October, which would then mean we have to see just a 10% rise from here. But of course, time will tell. But either way, I think the last quarter, the last month even of this year, 2024 in December next month, will be incredibly, incredibly bullish for the fact of the matter being that the following month, Q1 2025, January, we'll see Gary Gensler leaving on the 20th, Donald Trump entering on the 20th, and now also see more developments and stuff regarding the 10 BPS coming onto the mainnet very, very shortly. Actually, speaking of which, there was a post that I covered about the incoming testnet 11 node that will be soon be coming live. That'll be, the current target for testnet 11 hard fork is December 1st, 2024. Which is again just a few days time from now. Kaspa enthusiast asked a question to Kodua stuff about where we are on the timeline in this regard then for the crescendo roadmap, which I speculated, and we all speculated that maybe we're a bit further ahead than we believed. Seemingly, Kodua stuff replied to this post here, stating that we're near the end of the iterative improvement part, which then means that we're currently here, so we're actually on track. Right, we're at the end of here, so we're on track, so to speak. So that means we're going to see this come very soon to an end, and then at that point, It's just a case of enhanced experience, additional features, stuff that shouldn't take, in hindsight, too long to do. And then you've got these other features, and then we should see 10 BPS coming out very, very shortly, which of course will be a game changer for Kaspa. And the reason why I actually stated, I made a video yesterday, first time in over a month. I apologize, it's been a very long time since I made a short video, but I made a 10-minute video, 11-minute video right here talking about the potential of Binance listing coming in this year, which I still think is possible. But at the end of it, also covered the fact that, at the very end of it, I covered the fact that this post here and the fact that 10 BPS could to an extent be an inkling, an insight of the end game of Kaspa. The reason why comes down to this post here from Sompolinski, where he put down, I'm going to do 100 bar per second with proof of work, who's coming. So that's why we say 100 BPS for Kaspa is incoming very, very soon. But his mentor, Aviv Zohar, stated, replying to Michael Sarn, that I don't think you'll need much faster rates than 10 BPS. It doesn't decrease confirmation times by much. It might just better to scale the block size to increase TPS. So yes, we can still see 100 BPS and it will be, I'm sure quite useful, but Sompolinski's mentor stated that it's not really needed. So by that logic, therefore, we probably will still see it, because Sompolinski said he wants to do it, so, who's going to stop him, right? But at the same time, 10 BPS is going to effectively be an inkling to one of the end games of Kaspa. You've got 10 BPS, which you won't need much faster than that. You've got smart contracts, which will be game-changing. Dag Knight, equally as innovative. You'll see more projects coming out from the KRI of Kaspa, with stablecoin stuff like that as well, and much, much more. So, ultimately, by Q1 2025, we'll see one of the final end games to Kaspa, and what we're going to hopefully see it utilized in this system. Right now, at 1 block per second, Kaspa is the fastest proof of work in this space. Not even close. The biggest proof of works are the likes of Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Dogecoin. Combine all those 5 projects together for transaction speed. Kaspa alone does 2.1 times faster than all those 5 combined as a proof of work, which is insane. It's already close to competing with proof of stakes, and with 10 BPS, it will be superior to those other proof of stakes. Right now, Ethereum, of course, is a proof of work, but it has diversified to have L2 sequencing, so therefore it's become a proof of stake as well. But either way, Kaspa will absolutely obliterate the likes of Ethereum in terms of efficiency, and Solana and AVAX and the rest of them with 10 BPS, with smart contracts, therefore allowing the building of these other alternative projects, if you will, on the block DAG, on the platform. And also the smart contracts project Spark will be coming out, will also allow the KRC-20 tokens to transition from KRC-20 tokens to also become smart contracts as well, which will also increase their utility and their use case as well. Right now we can see Kango has still remained at number 2 after being, its crown being taken once more by Nacho. The volume, again, still very much in Kango's favor, which to me, again, incentivizes that it's mainly the whales, the ones that are driving this price. Again, the hold of 3k to 16k. But either way, we're seeing a bit of a red river once more. I still think that KRC-20 is bullish all in all, because once more it will follow Kaspa. The higher Kaspa goes, the higher these projects will go as well. Again, Go's doing very, very well right now today, which I think is back on the back of their recent announcement regarding revamping, I believe, of their website. We'll get into it in a moment, of course. But either way, again, volume for the most part is still staying relatively high for the good projects. Kaspa Go's 260, Kaspi 264, Kango, of course, is almost 4 million. Nacho's at 700 million, so that's come down a bit. Bert still over 1 mil. Conan still over 1.3 mil. So either way, these Bert, Conan, and Kango are remaining as the most volatile project in the space right now. And actually, funnily enough, I just seen PopCat has just skyrocketed as well. It's come down. It's down right now 8%. But either way, 3.7k holders with $2.1 million market cap. It's got 1.2 million 24-hour trading volume. That's actually doing very, very well. So shout out to the whole PopCat. And again, PopCat for me is it's the Kaspa of the actual PopCat token, which PopCat's one of the up-and-coming biggest memes that came on Solana chain. I think it's going to go a lot higher as well. I'm not sure where it's at right now. I haven't checked, but I think PopCat does have a decent chance of going quite a lot higher following this market. Right now it's at a $1.2 billion market cap. Coming down for correction, just going just below 2. I think PopCat may reach the likes of 3. Of course, time will tell. It did get it's listing on OKX futures. I believe it will be. I mean, I'm speculating again. It's not financial at all, but I'm speculating. There's a lot of speculation in the community that we'll see hopefully a Binance listing with them. But again, I say that we hear from all communities now Binance listing coming soon, right? We've heard it in Kaspa a lot, so you can't trust it too much. Although Kaspa, I think, has good proof to say so. Why it's going to be coming soon enough. We've got a lot of connections. Again, I made a video on that yesterday talking about it. There's a lot of connections to Kaspa and Binance. But either way, I think Popcat and Binance could come soon, because again, Popcat's got a very strong community behind it, and that's what memes are about. Again, maybe that won't happen with CZ now saying memes are getting a little bit weird, but I guess that's more a shot at the pump.fun stuff, not a shot at the good memes that have good cults and good community. Stuff like Popcat, which I don't think is really a weird meme, it's a meme. But either way, I mean, I don't hold Popcat, so it doesn't really matter why I'm talking about it that much, but point being, that's the connection between the Kaspa Popcat, the Popcat with a K, and Popcat with a C. But either way, volumes are doing very, very well. All in all, I think these memes are going to go flying much more, in the months to come following when Bitcoin breaks 100k, I think I'll see kind of a key kind of unlocked, if you will, unlocking the door to a lot of liquidity and money flooding into these projects from obviously Bitcoin, but then cycling into other coins like memes, like KRC-20, like Kaspa as well. And yeah, cannot wait for payday. It's going to be very, very big. What's the fair value supposed to be, Jay? I can't check it. I'm not at home right now. So according to the Kaspa Power Law, the fair value should be at 40 cents. Well, 39 cents. 0.39357 cents. That's what the fair value according to the Power Law for Kaspa should be. The support should be at 27.6. And resistance should be at 56. So this is like the upper and lower end of fair value. If that's what you're referring to, then this is where we should be seeing Kaspa right now. Again, it's undervalued by 63.2%. I'm sure in due time this will happen. It comes down to that little leg up needed, right? Kaspa has the Kraken listing now. It has the volume doing seemingly quite well. Again, it's come down a little bit on the daily, but either way, 171 million. Keep in mind, again, I mentioned this in my video yesterday, that if you go back to 3 weeks ago, right, beginning of November, we saw consistently Kaspa volume being between the likes of 30 to 50 million. Then 1 week, or like even 3 days before that KEF AMA about the listings, which I mentioned, was announced, we saw the volume go from consistently 30 to 50 million to about 130 million. And then on the day of the KEF announcement, we saw the volume spike to 595 million. And now, since then, it's been, coming down a little bit, being consolidated for the most part, volume-wise, between 150 to 300 million. Point being is, the KEF made an announcement that if we see high volume, that will be the incentive needed for the tier ones to be bullish on Kaspa and list the project, because we have no TVL, or at least not in the traditional sense. So as a result, then the community has realized that, and they've banded together to keep the volume for Kaspa as high as they deem to, at least. Of course, there's not really enough incentive to get into Kaspa, I guess, right now. But if you look at Kaspa's chart in the last year, you may not be so bullish on that. But I would just advise, therefore, do more research into Kaspa, know what it's about, and then look at it at all time, and reinstate your belief, if you will. But either way, in the past month, Kaspa has done very well. You can see in the past month, it's done quite well, up 18%, which for something that's done nothing for a year, that is a good thing to see. And that's not even taking into consideration what's happened in the last, in the last 3 weeks or so. The last 3 weeks, I can't even get it out properly. But yeah, the last 3 weeks it has done very, very well. So I think the volume again is a good testament to where Kaspa is going to go from here. We can see in regards to the exchanges, 12 million for Bybit, 14 million for BitGet, and Kraken's come back down to 1.3 mil. Kraken peaked at 3.5. Again, we want to see it higher, but unfortunately it's not doing as well right now. But we are seeing, again, majority being controlled by the likes of Gate and Mexi. They're the ones who are the ones affecting the price the most, if you will. If you see higher volume with Kraken, BitGet, and Bybit, we will start seeing an increased incentive, therefore, for tier 1s to list Kaspa. Obviously, because, again, tier 1s are looking for higher volume for Kaspa, but they're mainly looking at the major exchanges. Now, we consider Kraken as a tier 1. The KEF states, and therefore, what the institutions believe is that Kraken, along the likes of Bybit and BitGet, are the major exchanges to consider for volume, right, for Kaspa. So if these volumes stay high, or go higher, that would be a great indicator that tier 1s may be listing Kaspa very, very soon. And the fact that we just saw a massive surge in wallets in such a short time frame, potentially that could also be an indicator that Kaspa is gearing up for a short squeeze very, very soon as well. The hash rate again staying high, so it's a good indicator all in all. And got a question here: who's the top wallet? Of course, we speculated about this quite a lot. Who the top wallet is, and the comments in the community, right, is something that was mentioned to me by Cash Ching, and I really did reiterate it and then kind of maybe discredit it a little bit, but either way, the belief is that it is KuCoin. It is KuCoin, but they basically switched their tag to a different wallet right now. So the fact of the matter being, if this is most likely going to be KuCoin's wallet at the top right here, well, they have so much, I don't know why the fact we're not seeing any inflows or outflows. We tend to only see inflows and no outflows. So why they're hoarding so much, I don't actually know. Maybe they're preparing for something. Speculation once more that maybe 4 right now and 8 are Binance wallets. But again, we're not completely sure. But we're seeing Mexi again consistently day by day now, seeing outflows of Kaspa. Obviously, we're seeing a massive inflow in this wallet here. So it looks like maybe Mexi are, diversifying their wallets a little bit more. We are seeing again inflows of Kaspa coming through and through, which is still good to see. This again, the wallets are jumping very, very quickly. A new humpback coming in today as well. So that's a lot of Kaspa coming through. And we saw a massive influx in crabs, octopus, all across the board, right? So all the way, the adoption for Kaspa is looking very, very good, which I do think will be a key factor to seeing where Kaspa goes in the future as well. And KRC-20, I think, are also going to do very, very well in the future, considering here we've got Burt World, your one-stop shop for all the KRC-20 here. So Burt World is coming out soon enough. I heard about it. Someone mentioned it in my stream yesterday, I believe. We got it here, Burt World. So, showcasing all the KRC-20 tokens on here. Yeah, it's effectively, to my knowledge, what it looks like. It just looks like the KRC-20 section of Kas Kaspa, except for on the Burt launchpad, I'm guessing as well. So either way, Burt. This is why I'm actually quite bullish on Burt, because to me, it showcases that Burt are trying to really, really do some significant things in this space, right? You've got a lot of these tokens right now that are making some significant developments. Kango is focusing a hell of a lot on listings. Burt is focusing on launchpad and that sort of stuff as well. Kaspa Ghost has got some stuff coming in motion as well. Goad equally as well. All the ones that are, the most promising, notable to my knowledge at least, they're building stuff right now, which is good to see. I haven't seen actually too much from Nacho, which is maybe concerning, but I'm sure they are just waiting and biding their time. Of course, Nacho being, based off Shy's cat, regardless of what they do, I think it's still going to be quite a big standing token because it's got such a massive correlation to one of the developers in this team. So Nacho will still do well in my opinion, but either way. But what's doing well here, we can see Goad. The Goad website is now completely revamped and it's now live. So again, more bullish for KRC-20 all around. And we all got another new listing is here from Kas Bitcoin, coming to Bitconomy once again. Bitconomy constantly listing more and more. I think they support borderline all of the KRC-20 tokens by this point. It's going to be coming out in 3 days' time at 10 a.m. UTC, so that's 10 a.m. Where I'm at. In just on November 29th, which I believe that is Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that is Friday. So either way, more and more coming to KRC-20, more listings. And here we got the title announcement. I apologize, a bit of a tangent. I went on, but here we got great news for all Kaspa and KRC-20 token holders. Tangem will open the gates for KRC-20 tokens in 2 weeks. By the newsletter here we can see the roadmap for Q4. Got new blockchain integration. They've added SUI, ICP, Kaspa with C, Energy, Web, and CoreDAO. Wallet connect to Solana blockchain, and here we can see their own individual chart here. KRC-20 tokens are launching in just 2 weeks. Stay tuned. That to me is a very, very bullish announcement. Very bullish announcement because it means what I believe, at least. Again, we'll see what happens when it happens, but I believe that the incentive in the community, to my knowledge, is that a lot of us believe and trust in Kaspa, but we also don't trust exchanges because, again, we saw what happened with STX, and we also know what's happening with XC right now, and also there's apparently complication with XT right now, and so on and so forth. Exchanges, they have their own shortcomings, all of them do. But the best thing for any investor, in my opinion, not financial advice, is to have full control over your assets. We never really had that. Even with the banking world, we don't get control of our assets. They have all control of it, and we have to trust that they have the money for us. With Tangem, it's all in your control. I'm not supported by Tangem. I can be. I should probably do that, actually. I don't know why I haven't done that yet, but I mean, yeah, I'm not sponsored by Tangem or anything like that, but I do have a Tangem wallet because I think Tangem is a great, great brand. Have a cold storage so you can have complete control over your assets, not your keys, not your crypto. And therefore, and I think a lot of people in the community also agree with my incentive, my belief. Tangem, and not just Tangem, you've got one key, you've got Ledger, although I did see something recently about Ledger apparently giving a backdoor to government agencies. So people are maybe a bit skeptical about Ledger right now. But you've got one key, you've got Tangem. And I think with Tangem supporting KRC tokens, it'll mean that a lot of people who either haven't got into KRC-20 yet because they don't have one to keep on exchange, or they haven't bought more yet because they don't want to buy it on exchange and then potentially lose a lot. When you see Tangem support KRC-20, you'll see most likely a massive increase in volume on that day because a lot of people want to switch their Nachos and their Kangos and their tokens from their exchange to or their Kaspa bot to the Tangem wallet. And then following that, you'll probably then start seeing a lot more volume increase. I'd like to believe again that we'll see more volume for these tokens as people are buying more, because again, you got actual control of your assets now, which is good to see. Again, not everyone's like that, but I think a large majority of the Kaspa community are like that. And that will also help the adoption of Kaspa going forward as well, I'm sure, with the price increasing. That also then correlate to potentially Kaspa prices increasing as well in due time. What's up, DD, my man? Welcome back to the stream. Venture Live. Good up. What's up, my man? Abe Gaming. WL. What's living? I mean, what's good, my man? Welcome back to the stream, my man. Eddie, Kaspa is the only non-ISO token I believe in. I mean, yeah, true. Kaspa is not ISO 2020 compliant right now, which, you know, anyone that's not ISO 2020 compliant is a bit concerning. But I believe Kaspa, again, for what they're building, they don't need to be. And even if they become ISO 2020 compliant, I mean, they don't need to be. Again, what they're building is truly revolutionary, and I think that'd be great just regardless either way. Good morning, Kalissa. The Kaspa FUD and hate is real. I see it everywhere. It just gives me even strong conviction. We will do well this run. I believe so as well. I do truly believe that. Again, the FUD has always been apparent, right? You had the FUD from the very beginning. You had the FUD even throughout this whole run up here, where people were like, oh yeah, people were saying, oh, Kaspa's the digital silver, isn't it Bitcoin? We're like, oh yeah, you're just lying. You're hoping, right? You're moon boys, right? And then we saw this 3x happening with Bybit listing Kaspa. We saw it go from 5 to 15 cents. Everyone went very, very quiet after that. Then we had this whole year here where we saw come down. I was like, oh yeah, FUD Kaspa here. It went new all-time high. Everyone went quiet again. FUD Kaspa, all high. Okay, FUD again. Every time there's a correction, people FUD Kaspa. People, when Kaspa starts pumping again properly, people will be very, very quiet. When Kaspa makes new all-time high, people go quiet again. It always happens. And you'll start correcting it. Oh yeah, Kaspa's a bad project. Why? Because you're focusing only on price action. It is a very common but also very warped mindset that you see in this space, because people, for the most part, again, the whole premise of this whole market for us is to make money. That's what we understand. We want to make money. That's what we want to do. But a lot of people, therefore, deem that if you see red in the market, that is bad. That's why a lot, and believe it or not, a lot of traders who actually trade, actively, they change this red and green, to I think it's yellow and blue. Because it's a psychological thing. You see red, you think bad. You see green, you think good. So you see a lot of red, you're like, oh, it's bad. So people actually change it to blue and green to dissuade that such a psychological aspect for them to actually be able to think more logically. Now, I'm not colorblind. I can see it's red and green, but I also am not bothered by that because I understand what I'm holding right now. Like, I understand where Kaspa's going. At least I believe where Kaspa's going to go from here. And a lot of people in this space do just purely look at, the price action of a project. A lot of people in this space just do purely TA and price action. And while that can be successful to an extent, again, people who started shedding SUI at the time when Kaspa was correcting quite heavily, you're up almost a 2x from that. It went around here. This is when I heard people shilling it. So you're up almost a 2x from that. So again, it can work, but chasing candles is always a very, very dangerous game. You're better off, at least my personal belief, not financial advice again, is to get in when the price is low. If the project has good longevity, which I think Kaspa has one of the best in this space, when the project price is low, get in, and then if you're leverage trading, then take your profit and get out. But either way, if you're spot trading like me, I just DCA into it time and time again at different regions to make a better average and just keep filling my bag. So I think Kaspa's going to go much higher from here. Kaspa, people who are funding Kaspa, they probably look at the yearly chart and think, oh, that's not very good because I've done it for a year, or they look at the last 3 months or so, if you will. Last 3 months where Kaspa has, come down from here. People are a lot upset by that. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll zoom out further then. And I'm like, okay, that's not a problem at all to me. Just sir, hey, just got here. Did you already mention Tangem announcement? No, actually just heard. I mentioned it just here. In 2 weeks. So yeah, mid-December, we'll see Tangem and KRC-20. That will hopefully be a very, very bullish announcement for Kaspa. And that might also lead to the short squeeze for Kaspa price to start rallying and going up higher. Again, I do think Kaspa will make an all-time high. Now I'm going to say all-time high by the end of the year at the very least. Again, shifting my predictions. That's where I see it right now. I think Kaspa right now is I think Kaspa is due for a short squeeze and a rally upwards. I've been saying it for a while, but we've seen it come down to the bottom here, have a rally up here. It's now currently staying within this region, consolidating this region right now of support, if you will. Just above 14.5 cents, or just above 14 cents. You might see it come down more in the next few days if Bitcoin continues to correct, which right now Bitcoin's starting to rally again, which is good, up to 95k now after its initial fall off to 92k. But I think therefore we could start seeing hopefully Kaspa start to make a rally of sorts, and make a new all-time high in December going into the new year as well. We'll hopefully see a lot more, especially again if my video is, true. And we do see Binance's Kaspa for the end of the year. That will definitely, for me, see Kaspa potentially rise and shoot up very quickly to the likes of 50 cents. I think if we do see a Binance listing for Kaspa, for how big Binance is and also retail now being back, Binance again right now doing 43, almost 44 billion 24-hour trading volume with almost 13 million weekly visits. I think Binance listing for Kaspa could, again, we've already seen, as I showed in that video again, the community and belief and adoption and incentive behind Kaspa. Binance already knows that. That's why you've got so many announcements with them, developments and connections with them, with meeting at the booths, with the Web3 wallet of Kaspa. You also got, the integration already with Kaspa done with Binance. You've got the fact that it's an AMA, all these sort of developments and announcements we've seen with Kaspa. They know of Kaspa, they know how big it is. They're waiting for the opportune time, the high volume to list Kaspa. And once you have that, I do honestly believe you can see Kaspa jump in price very, very quickly. Binance is a massive, it's not, Bybit was big for Kaspa from 5 to 15 cents. But Binance is even bigger. And I think we could see, even at this price right now, if you saw it, let's just say tomorrow, for argument's sake, I think we could see it at 14 to at least a fair value here. If not up to resistance, but I think we'll see it at least go to fair value. Again, it won't be, necessarily just a straight shot upwards. We'll see something similar to Bybit, but we saw it go up and then, come back down a little bit. Then go up again, come back down, up, come down. Again, in stages. But it'll be a bit more volatile. Again, I think it'll be similar to Binance. We'll see it probably go up very quickly from here to all-time high, and then break through that, come back down, go up again, go to the next level, which would be probably here, come back down, then maybe go up again to 40 cents. But again, that's speculative. It's not financial advice. I have to wait and see when Binance is Kaspa, hopefully by the end of the year. But there's also a belief, which I am in agreement to believe, in a sense as well, that it'll be after the 10 BPS hard fork. I have 8 million Nacho. Big up to you, my man. Hopefully you're going to be very rich. 8 million Nacho is incredible right now. And Nacho, of course, is at $34 million market cap. If Nacho does reach, the price of 1 billion market cap, you're going to be sitting very, very comfortably. There's no doubt about it. What's up? Quick to travel up at the stream, my man. Can't wait to take it off by next and into my Tangem wallet. You know what I mean? Again, people want to take it into their Tangem wallet very, desperately. They want Tangem to support KRC-20. So that would be a big deal for me, I think. The date, again, date's not be confirmed right now, but it seems to be in the next 2 weeks or so. So the roadmap, I think, was released. I'm going to guess it was released. I guess it was released yesterday or the day before. This post was made earlier today. About 8 hours ago now, I think, from where I'm at. So in that regard, then yes, we should hopefully start seeing again 2 weeks from now, which would put us 2 weeks exactly would be the 10th of December. But I imagine it'll be that in that week. So it'll be between the 9th and the 15th of December is when I think we'll see Tangem make the official announcement, which will be very, very big. Does anyone know how much the fee is to transfer Kaspa from MEXC to Tangem? I think it is. I don't think it's that much. I think it's I'm not sure how much. I'm not sure how much it's from MEXC to Tangem, because I don't use MEXC to buy Kaspa. I'd imagine you just take it from the MEXC exchange, though, would it not? If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I'll just take it from the MEXC exchange. Let me see if I can do a quick Google search for you and see if I can find this, because I don't imagine it's going to be hard to find out. But yeah, again, if it's from MEXC to Tangem, it should take the gas fee from the MEXC exchange right now. Obviously, you got to keep in mind, of course, it will vary depending on the adoption. If there's a lot of adoption right now, a lot of volume right now, that will make the fees go up much higher. We saw that again with the likes of Kaspa when Kaspa had KRC-20. So keep in mind, actually, that's something very important to note. Very important to know, actually. It's a very, very big deal. With this Tangem KRC-20, we're going to see most likely a lot of volume, which may see a spike in price for these tokens as well. We're going to see a lot of volume. Therefore, we are likely going to see a massive increase in transaction fees on that day, because everyone is going to want to change their KRC-20 from their exchange of choice, MEXC, Pinex, you name it, onto Tangem, if you hold a Tangem wallet, that is. So therefore, on that day, there's a very real chance, because again, it will vary depending on congestion. We saw it again with the initial release of KRC-20, and even KDAO, we saw congestion go to high levels, and therefore, not just it was slow, but also it was a little bit more expensive than we wanted to be. So just keep that in mind on the date of on the date of choice, which Tangem will disclose in due time in December, in 2 weeks' time, that when KRC-20 is supported, on that day you might see a massive increase in transaction fees due to the fact they'll be probably quite congested. Again, there's a chance it may not be, but I think it will be. But you'll see from multiple exchanges a lot of wallets flooding their tokens to Tangem. So it might make it more expensive than usual. I don't imagine it'd be too much, but it might be more expensive than usual. Though if you want to hold it for a day or two, it's probably not the end of the world, you know. But that's just, again, me issuing a word of warning or wisdom for you that, again, keep in mind that the fees will be higher on that day, and probably the next day or two after that as well. It'll calm down after that, I'm sure, though, because again, think about KRC-20 when it initially relaunched, which was 15th of September, I believe it was now. It was 15th of September when it launched. You know, we saw massive congestion and the fees were really, really high. The day or two after that, it all come back to normal. So it'll take a couple of days. But the initial day of Tangem, I imagine you'll see the volume for these tokens go parabolic. You'll see the price probably go up high as well, because people will be buying more because they want to put it on their Tangem, but the gas fees will probably be much higher as well. CZ comments is ridiculous. They are listing... I mean, true, but keep in mind, CZ is still posting as the the founder of Binance, but he has no control over Binance anymore. He's not the CEO anymore. It's not his, because the SEC told him he can't be. So CZ, his posts, while they still hold influence and while he can to an extent still affect what Binance is doing, he's not CEO. He can't make decisions anymore. So it's not his decision anymore to do it. But I do agree with him, and I do agree with you. They are listing, memes after memes constantly, and they're dumping on retail definitely. We've seen them list Act and Peanut out of the blue, which is completely... Peanut, I mean, even them both, like those two, and you've got other memes that have been out for much longer. You've got the likes of, I know one like Michi's been out for a long time. Minnie's been out for quite some time as well. Popcat again, those cat tokens. You've got, I think, Whiff, Dog with a Hat, and Rap Dog, those two again been out for quite some time. They're not on any of those Binances either. And why, to me, is quite baffling. It probably should be. Now, why they're getting listed on, why the likes of Act and Peanut and those ones are getting listed, again, don't know. But he's right, they're getting a little weird now. Peanut, again, we should understand the element behind Peanut and what the history behind it is. And Act, Act for me was a bizarre one. I was surprised about Act, and Act did crazy, absolutely crazy following that. But again, so it's not seized control. But again, I'm hoping that, again, with his post here, you might start seeing Binance actually, even though he's not CEO anymore, might take a slightly different approach to stop listing meme tokens per se, or at least start heavily going on to meme tokens and then start actually focusing on real applications using blockchain. A lot of 20k Kas Kaspa from the Mexi market manipulation, leverage trading. Don't be like me. I mean, sorry to hear that. Here we go, crypto. I am very sorry to hear that. That's part of the reason why I don't leverage trade, because especially on Mexi, because again, if they're manipulating the price of Kaspa, then it's tough to try and predict what they're going to do. Right? I only spot trade with Kaspa. And obviously I do trade with other tokens, but mainly memes. But I only, invest and hold and spot invest into Kaspa. So therefore, what happens on Mexi with manipulation doesn't affect me really much, because I'm not going to. All it's going to do is affect my holding, but I'm not going to get liquidated out of anything. But yeah, I am sorry to hear that. Hopefully, I can't say they're going to stop anytime soon, because again, they'll always be manipulating stuff. Always someone's going to manipulate the price. But hopefully it doesn't happen again to you, is what I can say. Should we wait for a deeper dip? I'm not a financial advisor, so it's up to you what you want to do. I do suspect it does depend on the direction of Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin, again, is now starting to rally following its, 4% correction? 5% correction. Also, 5% correction yesterday is now rallying up. It went down to 92k earlier today, and now it's going up. So hopefully that might have been a sign of the Wall Street big dogs just trying to liquidate the longs, and now they're pumping the price up again, and that could potentially be a sign that markets will start making a push down to over 100k. If that happens, I think Kaspa's going to start again. Kaspa came down to 14 cents, but now Bitcoin's rallying. Kaspa's now starting to rally a little bit as well, and it's going up again. So Kaspa again, for the most part, is still consolidating within this region right now for the past week almost, between 15 to 14 cents. So potentially goes deeper, but it depends on Bitcoin right now, is what I'm going to say. Because right now most tokens are just kind of following the side of Bitcoin, just kind of seeing what it's going to do. But But at the same time, I do believe that in the cycle, maybe more so to the latter half of the cycle, but I think Kas will start detaching from Bitcoin with smart contracts as well. When Bitcoin may go through a sort of correction, if you will, Kas will start to rally. Like more aggressive than other tokens as well with smart contracts, with KRI getting involved in everything else. If you look at Bitcoin dominance right now, we can see the Bitcoin dominance again is rallying again. So the altcoins, in a sense, it won't be altcoins per se. You know, altcoins will kind of just follow a Bitcoin and then, you know, may not do as well. But when dominance drops off again, we'll probably see altcoins flying with it as well. Trading volume has also been highlighted. That, yeah, again, very, very true. And that's a big factor to hopefully see Kaspa get a listing on Binance or other tier ones very, very soon. But again, the KF mentioned, whilst trading volume being high is important, we need that. Again, that's why it's been high for so long. These tier ones will be looking at the volume and being, yeah, it's good for Kaspa. We'll be looking mainly at the top exchanges, which are called Kraken, therefore BitGet and Bybit, as well called KEF. So if these remain high or get higher, that'll be the incentive needed for Binance, potentially OKX. I'm sure about Coinbase, but they'll be listing Kaspa, I'm sure, very shortly as well. Why does Chart Capital look at the Bitcoin? Oh, I wonder why, DV. It's a very, very good question. Maybe because Kaspa is meant to be the Bitcoin 2.0. And while it does sound like a bit of a title, if you will, they are the only other proof of work in the space who is fair launch, fair launch, no ICOs, and their technology is similar to a Bitcoin, except they've leveled up to being blockchain to block DAG, So, and the fact of the matter being as well that you've got people like Nick Szabo, who's the creator of smart contracts, who have stated, and I quote, Viv Zohar and a man, I forget his name, he means some Polinsky, they are experts in Bitcoin security, a skill met in scarce supply. Kaspa is literally trying to follow Bitcoin in the same, trying to adhere to Satoshi Nakamoto's original consensus. That's why the chart for Kaspa does, for all intents and purposes, look quite similar to the chart of Bitcoin in its all time. Of course, Bitcoin goes up and down, but you see it like, that's what we're currently seeing right now. If that top wallet is KuCoin again, it will be a big disappointment. We want it to be Binance. Oh yeah, I agree. I'd love nothing more for it to be Binance, honestly. But if it is KuCoin, then, game's game, right? I suspect it probably is KuCoin. Of course, it'd be lovely to be Binance. You want to say it make more sense because, again, they'd have to have a lot more allocation of Kaspa than any other exchange, being the biggest one in the space. And we've only seen them have inflows into the exchange, so we want it to be Binance. They haven't really been selling any. There've been no outflows, but maybe it's KuCoin. But I don't exactly know why they're just accumulating more and more. I mean, KuCoin was an Aquaman at one point. But we do know there's a KuCoin wallet. Where is it? There's a KuCoin wallet. Okay, the tag for KuCoin's gone then, because there was a KuCoin wallet that was tagged at one point. I do not see it now. So the tag for KuCoin disappeared, which is very interesting. So yeah, so there was a KuCoin wallet that had tagged there, and now it's gone. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's come down seemingly quite a lot. It's still got 21 million, so it's not, I guess, awful, but it's come down quite a lot. But I mean, yeah, we know KuCoin. This is the tag for the KuCoin wallet, but I'm sure that other wallet is also KuCoin. Again, why it doesn't have the tag on it is bizarre. But I'm pretty sure there was a way that you could. I mean, I can't exactly remember how. We can see that a lot of transactions coming in, again, they're very, very big transactions. There's not been many transactions with this exchange. Like, we've seen it, look, in 5 million Kas, 10 million Kas, 10 million Kas, all quite repetitively. Very few outflows, and when they come out, they're very minimal. Even at just a tiny amount. The majority of that, I think, happened at the very beginning. Like, we saw some big outflows there. And we saw nothing but inflows here. Like, I mean, I'm sure we saw one massive one in the beginning as well. 95 mil Kaspa there, 95 mil Kaspa again, both on the same day. So yeah, this wallet again has been holding Kaspa for quite some time, for quite a long time. It's been holding it and not selling very much at all. I don't exactly know how to check if it's a KuCoin tag or not. At least I can't see anything that can suggest how to look at it. But either way, we've seen them getting more consistently without selling very much. We're playing Who Is That Pokemon there. Honestly, that is what it is. We're playing Who Is That Pokemon, Who Is That Exchange, who knows. I wish they just show the tag, man. I don't know why, again, it's kind of a, probably because the exchanges are also hiding it, but also because, again, we just haven't been able to identify them. But either way, I mean, we know for a fact, whoever the wallets are, again, speculative, we don't know, but we do know for a fact that Binance is involved with Kaspa quite extensively as well. Again, made a video on that literally yesterday night or this morning, depending on where you're at. And we also know the likes of Coinbase are connected to Kaspa as well. We also know the likes of OKX connected to Kaspa as well. So all these big exchanges, we know their connection to Kaspa. It's not a matter of if they list Kaspa, it's a matter of when. And that will be a very bullish time for Kaspa, no doubt about it. Especially the Binance one will be the biggest one by a country mile. I'll drop a screenshot of the Discord. Great to hear, Jay Honey. I'll be looking at it. TPS is up around 100 again, as mentioned in the stream chat. Okay, there you go. Yeah, okay, I can see it. Thank you very much. So Jay Honey has just put that in the Discord server. So we can see here, KuCoin wallet. So that's the confirmation there. So as much as it's disheartening to hear it says KuCoin, you know, that is the fact of the matter being it is KuCoin wallet. So it's not Binance's, but either way, it doesn't change the fact that it's still, you know, ultimately a very, very, you know, it doesn't change the fact that we still know that there are connections to Binance and Kaspa, and they will be listing Kaspa in due time. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. If it's not a tier 1 holding the one wallet, it will become a tier 1 if it holds for a few years. I mean, honestly, you know what? I understand what you're trying to say, Jeff. So yeah, like if KuCoin's just holding Kaspa for the long term and not planning to sell, then yeah, they will be exceptionally rich in the future. Very, very rich as a holder. Will that make them a tier 1? I don't know, because tier 1 I think is not just due to the amount of money they have, but also due to the fact that they have a lot of regulatory oversight. KuCoin, I think KuCoin's a decent exchange. I do actually like KuCoin. But their regulatory oversight is not as much as Kraken's, or even nowhere near as much as Binance's. So that's the same thing with like Mexi as well, and L-Bank and those other ones. They can get away with, you know, not doing as much due diligence. I guess that's what Nicholas Sismore mentioned. That the reason why we haven't seen any major tier 1s or no other big tier 1s is because they have to do more due diligence before they list a project. Post is down here. Wherever I retweeted it, I know I retweeted it. But he basically just Nicholas Sismore just confirmed that yeah, we haven't seen any major tier 1s. They have to do more due diligence. They have to take their time. They can't just list it because they need to make sure what they're doing is, you know, correct. Okay, I must have gone past it already. My man, Quick Crypto, it's 12:30 a.m. here in Asia. Wow, for Zizzle. That is mental. Thank you very much for the support. That is incredible. I mean, yeah, I know I've got a very, very diverse fan base from all over the world. And that, to me, is very... I'm very happy to know that I've got a very wide fan base from all over the world that supports the channel, but also supports Kaspa. It really boosts my morale to know that we are literally worldwide. And we are still early. For how much adoption is going to come to Kaspa, we're very, very early. But always, though, to pump this stream up, to get the word out there of Kaspa, then if you enjoy this stream, leave a like. Help me out more than you know. Share with your friends and subscribe for more. I'm going to try and find... Here it is, the Nicholas Sismore post, yeah. Can confirm it's not a money problem. Most of its issues are technical right now. Tier 1s have more regulatory measures in place for technical security. Every little thing they do is recorded and looked over by regulators. So low tier exchanges, so that would include like L-Bank, Mexi and them lot, they have hardly any oversight in comparison. So they don't really care about the risk. They can just list it without really caring. You know, Kraken was unique because they are somewhere in the middle of, you know, small to tier 1. They are tier 1, but they're not Binance level tier 1. So they have a good security team who are insanely intelligent, but they also can kind of go list the project quicker. Because again, keep in mind, it's taken them so long because you have to understand that Kaspa, again, is new, innovative technology. BlockDAG is, you know, it's a new factor that no one's really got the grasp of properly just yet. The other exchanges didn't really have to care. They're like, oh yeah, new project list. Binance and them will have to do more due diligence to list the project. Of course, you can argue them why they're listing meme tokens. There's nothing behind a meme. Look at a meme. Is the technology behind it up to scratch, which is going to be following every other meme in the space? Yes, cool. So all I have to do is just look at the technology behind it, and it's fine. There won't be any difference between that and, you know, there won't be any difference between like PopCat and Pepe. You know, like the technology behind it will be similar, right? Kaspa's a BlockDAG. That's something completely new. They have to do more research to understand what it's about, and even more than that afterwards, because they're going to have to make sure that the regulators are happy with it as well. And of course, they're going to have a lot more concerns with it being decentralized because they want to. That's why they normally go through looking at TVL, total value locked, and volume size, because total value locked also determines the the amount of assets, you know, held. Assets undervalued, assets locked. That also determines the value of the project and how much they have. But Kaspa has none of that, at least in the strict sense, because again, it's fair launch proof of work. No ICOs, no pre-allocation to developers. I'm waiting for my Nacho Tangem card. I've got an email that they will be getting delivered in December. That is huge, Adika. I want to see a picture. I mean, join my Discord server again. I've not plugged it a lot this stream, but I will mention it. If those who, want to know more about crypto, other market sentiments, have a good community to kind of just chill and learn more about stuff, and also talk about Casper, then check my free Discord server in the chat description, also on my YouTube homepage. And yeah, I want to hopefully see the picture of the Tangem card if you're in there, Adika, because I'm sure people will be getting some very, very soon. I know people want to be getting the Casper Ghost one, the Casper one. I think also Kango's want to have one very, very soon, apparently. But yeah, that's good to hear. I want to see those because, again, I do plan probably at some point, once I make some money off Casper, a bit more so, to get a little Casper exclusive, whether it be a KRC-20 or actual Casper token, but a Casper limited edition Tangent wallet to show my support of the project. Peanut made sense because Trump, etc. I mean, yeah, Peanut made sense because you had Musk and Trump kind of talking about it and how ridiculous. So you made sense to list that one. But yeah, Peanut was really, really random. I agree. Peanut was actually just came out of blue. I mean, it's AI, sure. AI I get, but like it came out of left field. It was ridiculous. And one thing I do not regret, but fumbled, if you will, is that when Peanut and Act got listed together, I, to an extent, have learned more about the community and the meme community. When that happened, I should have clocked at the time there will be a meme derivative combining Act and Peanut together, and there was, and that soared in value in 24 hours. And if I just actually thought about it, if I was an idiot, I could have made millions, literally millions off that. And I wouldn't have to invest much. I could have invested literally like 100 quid into it and would have made millions from that because of how much it went up. But again, you live and you learn, right? There'll be the best things about memes, as much as they are very, very risky. So again, not financial advice, be very, very careful to do your own research. The best thing about memes, though, the silver lining, if you will, is if you miss, when Mustard came out, following Kendrick Lamar doing his TV off song with Chill Guy that came out recently as well. All the other meme now that came out, the TikTok mess and stuff like that. You miss one, frustrating, of course, but there will be multiple other opportunities. That's, again, it's gambling. It's a roulette. It's even worse than gambling. So, again, not telling you to invest in them, not financial advice. I've been doing it for some time, and I've developed a decent understanding of the community so I can actually make profit from it more than I make losses. Of course, I'll make losses here and there, but I normally come out making profit more so, because I am up since I've been doing it for the last month and a half, 2 months. And yeah, as a result, therefore, I've been able to derive what the community kind of believes and where the market should go. It's been very hard to predict recently because of this whole pump.fun rubbish. I've been hard to predict what's going to happen recently because of all this rubbish. But now, hopefully, it'll come back down with the streaming service being removed, which make it easier to kind of predict what's going to happen. But yeah, it got really, really ridiculous recently. It got very weird, if you will. And that will hopefully help me make more money. But yeah, that's kind of... there's a way to read the market, but it's very hard. It's not the easiest thing to do. That's why, again, people mainly lose money from memes. So it's very dangerous. When we get a new SEC chair, we could possibly get CD become CEO again. Mate, you know what? It's not out. It's not out of the realm of possibility because, again, it was the SEC that determined that he was, doing stuff that was, deemed illegal. If Trump decides to overrule that, and the new SEC decides to overrule that, then yeah, he'll become CEO again. But again, time will tell. I don't think they're overly bothered about making CZ CEO again. We'll have to wait and see. If you look at Kango, the amount of percentage of the various exchanges it owns is absurd. Isn't that dangerous? I have not actually looked at that. The amount owned by exchanges is quite dangerous. I do agree. So CoinEx owns a mass amount. XT, Mexi's those have 12%, 10%, 8% of the total supply. So they definitely, own a stupid amount of it. But yeah, that's just proof once more. Again, proving once again that the amount of holders for KRC-20. Nacho is sitting at 35 mil with 16,000 holders. Kango's at 33 mil, so just 2 mil off that, or actually 1 mil off that almost, with just 3k holders. They own too much of the supply, way too much. Therefore, Kango's doing well. Okay, not to try to discredit Kango, Kango's doing very, very well. The volume for it is very, very high, but again, it means that this project can be manipulated a lot more. That is, you're right, Christopher. That is to be an extent, of course, because you've got to be very, very careful with these investments. I will probably get into Kango at some point. I'm not sure, how much I put into it. Probably a very small amount that I wouldn't be too bothered by. Because again, I think Kango will do well in the circle. It will probably reach 1 bill, but it's definitely, you can see a majority of the holders have got a stupid amount of money into Kango. Like into the allocation, they've got a lot of percent of coverage, if you will. What was Bitcoin's price at Kappa's market cap? So Kaspa market cap right now is don't know what I'm looking at. It's 3.72 billion. I mean, that's going to go back really, really far. It would go a bit more over, so it'd be about here. It was about here. So we go to price. Then it was about $200 $300. So Bitcoin's price to capital market cap right now is like $200 to $300 right now, around here. I'm not saying necessarily that Kaspa therefore that's not necessarily saying that buying Kaspa right now is like buying Bitcoin at $200. That's not necessarily saying that. Because as much as I think Kaspa's gonna be amazing, I don't think Kaspa's ever gonna flip Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is just too big. Store of value, it'll be utilized as a store of value for the whole institutions, but Kaspa will have more use case. It'll be probably utilized a lot more and be more volatile than Bitcoin. So, I mean, yeah, I think Kaspa will do incredible, and you could argue it is like buying Bitcoin at this price. But I think, again, Kaspa is due to have runs as parabolic as Bitcoin once the adoption comes through, once the developments of smart contracts come through, and it becomes widely recognized as the most dominant project in the space. If Binance showed the tag, we would be getting... I mean, yeah, again, if Binance showed their tag, we would get... Like, if it came out that, yeah, this is Binance's wallet here, number 4, number 5, or number 8, if it came out, like, you just see the price go up, 100%. So that's the reason why they don't show it right now. But what if that's Mex? I mean, that's meant to be Mexi, as seemingly confirmed from Aspect. Jay Honey, my man, shout out to you. Thank you very much. Like, why that's not coming up is like baffling, because that is KuCoin. These ones not being shown as being Binance, fair enough, because again, that would definitely cause a lot of FOMO. Although we do know, again, Binance, Kaspa is connected. The thing is, these guys exchanges don't hold tokens so much. They mainly just hold whatever we have, so it all depends on how much people are storing at exchange. Oh yeah, that's also true, you're right. In regards to the Kango stuff, a lot of it is being held by exchanges like CoinEx, XT, Mexi, that's true. But also, those are the most popular exchanges right now for Kango. So therefore, this also could mean that a lot of people are holding it on that exchange until they're waiting for Tangem to come through. So again, Tangem coming through very soon, but that also could therefore mean we see a massive outflows on the exchanges, which causes a lot of congestion, a lot of price exchange fees going up very, very high as well on the day of the Tangem KRC-20 adoption integration launch. Peanut was already at 100 mil, so it's okay. It was like a 20x. When Aqua listed, it went 20 mil to 800 mil. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Actually ridiculous. And then you saw the derivative of both of them, which was Act Part 2, the Peanut policy, whatever it was, and that went for, like, stupid as well. I don't even know what it went to, but it was actually ridiculous. It was actually sickening. And I wish I got onto that. Biggest thing is, for example, with KRC-20, I'm making money by always sell half. Oh yeah, also very, very, again, it's not financial advice, but it's a very, I would say, quite a smart trading strategy. With the stuff that I've got into when Solana memes, I'll normally invest into a meme that I think has good potential. If it makes a 2x, though again, you don't have to do this. This is what I've been doing when I don't have as much conviction. If I think it's going to go really, really well, I'll just hold it and leave it. I've got some of them like that right now. But otherwise, then, there are a lot of the projects that I have where I've put into it, and I thought it might do quite well. I see it run 2x. I take up 60% of that bag, so I've made my money back and a little bit of profit, and I just leave the rest there. So worst case scenario, it goes to 0, and I've made my money anyway, so I'm not bothered. Or worst case scenario, or best case scenario, it keeps going up. I don't make as much profit, but I still make profit, and I can then still keep making more money. With that being said, Venture Your Life, welcome my man. That being said, that is going to be it for the stream today. Thank you all for watching once more. Again, right now we're in a position with Kaspa where I think we are hopefully due for a short squeeze very soon, especially with Tangem coming again soon enough in December. I think December will probably be the month for Kaspa. Again, no, November's been bullish for Kaspa. Love or hate Kaspa, whether you think it's not done enough or what enough, like, it's currently up 30%. So it's still been a bullish month for Kaspa all in all. It's not been, green hills all the way to the bank sort of thing, but it's been good. And I think we've still got more bullish momentum coming through this month as well. But again, time will tell. But as always, enjoy the stream, leave a like, share, subscribe for more. And yeah, I'll be back same time tomorrow. So I'll see you all then. Have a good day, good evening, and good night.